Afternoon, everyone. We'll start with the crime stats. Adam.
Who's looking very sharp.
Who does? You always does. You all do. Every one of you looks sharp.
I've been working on it, Adam.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
DC Adam Ross, the crime analyst here at 43 Division, and I will lead my own presentation on your crime statistics. Representation we have here of our communities. Always looking for new members, so if anybody knows that is interested, just let us know.
Well, there's a new gentleman who just came in the door.
December, we had some pretty bad snowstorms in December, so we did have some pretty heavy areas of collisions. This map here, the dots show specific collisions, and it's overlaid with what we call a heat map, which just shows you the main areas of concern. This map you see here, once a week, a smaller condensed version of it, of what happened that week, is shown at a crime management meeting to the bosses, and they use that to help determine where they want enforcement to be in the coming weeks.
The enforcement unit at the very bottom of Markham and Lawrence. I've instructed everybody that we're going to be putting heightened enforcement along the Markham corridor for 401. So fair warning, you're going to see police officers there, but I've added that targeted area because that is the area where we've seen the most collisions in this last week. So I'm putting the enforcement where we need public safety.
The heat representation of the collisions overlaid by those black crosses, which represents where we are doing our enforcement. And as you see, we try to concentrate the enforcement where you see the most collisions.
We just had a side conversation here with our chair regarding ride spot checks. And Horizon is over. Why would they be including this in a newsletter? We never stop the ride checks. Yes, there are more during the Christmas season, and obviously more in the news, but we never stop year round. You can find yourself in a ride check all year round.
Moving on to some of our crime statistics. Representation of break enters, which occurred in 43 Division in the month of December. 2016 was really good. First for driving that month, and they were again in December. One thing pointed out in December, we did see recently red dots in that area. We had a stream of daytime residential issues in that area. Our major crime unit, police forces in New York. They identified some people responsible for that as an organized group of people going across the entire GTA, and not too long ago, arrested in those. So that was a pretty successful project there. We will see this reduce even more because of that, because they were responsible for a bunch of everything.
The key to success for us in break and enters is communication with the public, and so often we will canvass an area because that's part of what we do when we're investigating a break and enter. Call us. So they'll see somebody walking up the side of the neighbor's home that they know should be there, and they see it in the windows, or they see them trying to the backyard. And for whatever reason, they don't call us. And that's frustrating when we find that, because that call could have saved your neighbor from a break and enter, but it could commit after that. So if you see that, or if you have your neighbors that ask you questions, or in your neighborhoods you represent, once you with a flashlight and I went in, call us.
On this map, this shows a representation of robberies, and there are robberies we've been driving down quite a bit this year. One thing that we have seen reemerge in December, which is I'd like to see come up, is our street robberies, street level robberies of people targeting cell phones. We haven't seen lot of that shit is starting, so we want to make people be aware of their surroundings and their hands and stuff when they're out on the streets.
Robberies is another area. But robberies areas that are really trying to, because a robbery is when there's theft of something that you own, a cell phone or a necklace, but violence is used to take it from you. That's what a robbery is. It's something that is a real concern to us, and we've been working hard to drive it down. And recently, we've seen an increase again in robberies that are targeting cell phones. Maybe you should buy a watch. Start with the old watch. And you don't give away, you don't pull out your cell phone and look up the time. But we're seeing that again, so just be cognizant.
Here's this theft of autos. Very few of these, as you can see. This is the first that all year long has been down quite a bit for us. I just put this little picture in the bottom corner. And just it's all right now. We basically do have to speak. Both of them are up right outside, and no one's going to get in the cars, so the cars are gone. So just to remind you, if you're going to warm up your car and not be in it, if you have an automatic starter, if you have to leave your keys in it, you're taking the risk. And then now to the 7 major crime indicators. I changed this up a little bit. This is to show our major crime indicators over a longer progression. You guys show them here 1 year compared to the next, 12 days into the year. So what I have here is all the major crime indicators. Homicides. Last year we were up a little bit in homicides. One of the explanations for this, if you follow the news in the summer, we did have that travesty where there was a triple homicide. It was family related. That's an extraordinary event. It's not going to happen. Push that number up a little bit. Sexual assaults, we've had a pretty good over 5 years. The total reduction in 5 years is 12% in our sexual assaults. Moving along, our assaults. This is one stat that has progressed over the 5 years. This one is really hard for us to control because there's a lot of social issues that, domestic issues that don't really do proactive enforcement against. So this has slowly climbed, but hopefully we'll see some reduction this year.
That's an area that you as community can help us with, and with your help will come a rise in a wife situation, boyfriend, girlfriend situation. You're living together and you're seeing an increase as that message is being put out into our community through our crime prevention officers, through our community officers. It's not okay. You cannot touch your spouse with violence. So that message is out there. As a result, we see the report violence increasing. And although that's a statistic that is a concern, it's a good statistic for us because it means that the message is getting out there that women don't have to live in situations where they're being abused by their spouse. So that's a good thing, and we need to keep encouraging that there is not if you involve us, engage, and we will stop the violence.
All right, we're moving along next with the robberies. This is years ago, resulting in a 37% reduction of road robberies.
Just think about that for a second. 37% reduction over a 5-year period. That's astounding. The work that's gone on by the men and women who are out there working in uniform and out of uniform have driven down robberies in our division by 37% over a 5-year period. That's not a statistical anomaly. That is a significant increase in community safety. Significant increase in community safety. 37% reduction. It's astounding.
I bought the Roberts in 15, we had a little bit of an uptick. This year we went again, and we're down to 274 from 533.
So again, I've already said to things that you can do as community members to protect your own residents and protect the residents of your own neighbors. If you see something that's out of place or out of character or suspicious, call us. But to see a 30% reduction in breaking in is a significant increase in community safety. It's fantastic.
Then moving on to auto thefts, you see 36% reduction, a little bit with this from technology. There was a little bit of an uptick in 2014. But I do recall that we did have an organized crime group. When organized crime groups come in to do mass thefts of things, it's a wide project, RSC group that's responsible for that. And as you can see, it'll come right back down. And we're still trying to this year.
I emphasize it, but I don't want a statistic just to fly over our heads and not sink in and not understand the significance of it. 36% reduction in theft of autos. You put all of these statistics together when you're getting a 37, a 30 reduction in these types of crimes that affect your quality of life in community safety that we should be very grateful for the work that's being done. And it's a partnership between you and that's allowing us to get these statistics down. It's phenomenal.
And then lastly, our theft overs. And as you can see too, we've had a 5-year reduction in theft overs, total reduction of 14%. Although this is a stat, as you can see from the numbers, 51 5 years ago, 44 years ago, it's something that we are affected by very greatly, but it's still the last 5 years. And that is all I have for you today.
All good. All good.
Are you going?
Thank you, Adam.
I'm not sure what that's like, that's good stuff.
All right.
Superintendent, it's okay, I just want to, but it's, yes. As it was our whole division, we did kind of our own choice drive by our auxiliary. I just claimed her 34th year volunteering in the trust. On up there, I saw a picture up from, this is an example of the toys out in the community. We'll speak to all that. We had a very successful from first time out. There were approximately 500 children who received toys from us. Thank you to the community for great across the front desk. We just don't know who likes the toys, but I wish we did. We could thank them doing that. Walmart was very good to us. They allowed us to go in just for Christmas, 2 Saturdays. I'd love to. There were several donations of gift cards to the toy drive, which will come in next year when we're selling it again. And that's it.
Thank you.
Can I find a little bit?
Angela, was the cake good?
Marilyn, do
I
you
know
enjoy
that's
the
funny.
game?
I know that's funny, but nobody knows the trouble that I'm gonna get into because it's actually up there. So, I didn't know that, I didn't know until the previous that you were gonna come in, but I do have some photos as well from that same event. And I'm totally interrupted here, it's not even my time, so just while you're up, because it was a fantastic event. And yeah, and Marilyn came and
Delivering toys.
That's the real trap. Some people want to go to. So go up that's our chairs, that's our movable storage.
One down.
So no, it's my drive.
So the only reason, why I have a video made, I don't have a movie made, I've already tried to do some stuff on iMovie. But it was hard to get material this past month, and this person submitted it. So here's the book. Thank you. But I was going to show some photos and some slides. What they have. Here we go. And this should be more of the exact same event, and I'll just leave it at that. No, you can stay. Yeah, it actually was. I have more photos for a slide we're going to do in the next CPLC meeting, but the ones that we were there for, that we took part of. The auxiliaries did so much that it's not the police, it's not that we show up and we take some photos, but it was all the work that the auxiliary officers did. We just showed up completely to zero. Not a whole lot of people know Blossom, but Blossom basically acts as Angela's partner. She's very active in the Mornell community. She was with us this morning at 7:30 in the morning. She works from 11 at night till 7 in the morning, and she still comes out for a safe walk morning and afternoon. She's fantastic. We're really doing photos of the kids, and really that's what it's all about. It was a fantastic event. There was cakes, as you know. Mayor of Maj, the photo that was up there, I had the cake come out, you know, that was me. It says nothing to do with me. Here we go. 4 kids. This is Gavin. Gavin, his father, or his grandfather, was a police officer for 3 years in Toronto. And again, very active in the community. Just trying to throw some of these together. Again, I'm out of line. Kitchen.
You're the kid.
And that's it. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to step in. I just didn't know you were going to. Just really have lots, so.
Excellent.
Angela, you're telling me, I think yesterday when we met, one of the first years we're having a Christmas party.
It's
When
the
else
first year
we
for
had
lots
lots
of
of
toys.
toys.
That was amazing because we always wanted to do one, but never had enough guests. And it was so amazing that the kids had like 2 or 3 gifts. Because we just put it out there, give them the chance to do what they wanted. We didn't give them a weekend event.
Right.
So it was really amazing.
Good.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you so much to our auxiliary officers.
Would you mind if I stay up here?
Go ahead.
Maybe I'll just stay up here since I'm up. Is that
Yep,
okay?
yep.
Okay, so I just wanted to before I do, thank you everybody else for coming. Thanks for coming out of town. Soundtrack Divas, honestly, thank you very much. We've had new faces from the community. How did you hear about this, by the way?
I used to live in the beaches.
Yep.
And, I was part of the community there and so.
Okay, good. Awesome. Yeah, thanks.
So answer the question. Beaches or beach?
That's the answer. I think the old school version of the beaches, but the people
So, Hall, thank you for coming again. Police Foundation, so there will be more Police Foundation students, but even your next class, they basically start at about 12:30 and 3:30, so I'll keep you. Romina from the Alzheimer's Society of Toronto, thank you very much for coming. Romina's been part of our program since Robert Gordon, since about 4 years ago, Robert Gordon. And the Alzheimer's Society of Toronto is opening up a satellite office, or they're open up satellite office in Scarborough, is that correct?
Yes, so right now we have Scarborough, and eventually, hopefully within the next 6 months, we'll have something set up within the Scarborough area, so. Great.
Awesome, thanks. And I just wanted to show some photos of our students. The Music on Mission program is really, really working again in Scarborough and 43 Division. We have 3 schools. We had 4, but we dropped it down to 3 because we wanted to get more students involved at one school in particular. A couple months ago, there was an incident at Sir Wilfrid Laurier, and we mentioned that we were going to take the program and bring it to Sir Wilfrid Laurier. Reception is being fantastic. We had 5 students in total that were really fighting to be the player in the finale. We got over 60 students, but we had 5 students that really wanted to play. This student is Patrick from Pope John Paul. He'll be playing at the finale. He's playing some
Old.
Let's see what else got. We'll see some of the students involved in the program on Data Product Family Services. And this is Deanna. She's going to be playing for Sir Wilfrid Laurier. She'll be playing Sweet Child of Mine. Hope you know that song. And another student involved in the program. She wants to play next year. She's already looking to play next year. She's never picked up the guitar before into the community. And just some more community members who are involved in the program. And the one gentleman I showed at the beginning there, he's going to be playing Rocky Like a Hurricane from Rocky Like a Hurricane. Again, I'll use music. Talk a little bit about one chords. And Angela, if you wouldn't mind coming up, I want to make some good points, and nobody makes a point better than Angela Brackett, so please come up. You're going to hang over. Some facts about Warrenell. We have a safe walk program, and we used to call it Warrenell Camp, but that's being changed. It's being changed for some very good reasons. Because of help from Toronto Police, from 43 Division directly, from letters from superintendent, supervisors, and our interaction, we were able to help secure $500,000. $500,000 which went into their hub, which went into computers, internet for them. They now have an office. It's open 5 days a week, or it'll be open 4 days a week, but that office that's open, we can, as police, the ones that we were running around at schools to get them done at 43 Division. Now we can go to Warrenell Court and run some of these programs right at Warrenell Court. These are programs for youth, adults, seniors, social media introduction sessions, which take place for the 3rd Wednesday of every month, which is going to be geared towards some of the youth female in the community. We're having some issues with child exploitation, and we have guest speakers coming in about that. There'll be more info about this. This is kind of right. So that's fantastic. I'll just talk about the students that you brought, and anything else you want to say? Better meetings.
Yeah, we brought the students from Centennial College. We're doing like a rebranding. We've now partnered with Second Chance and in more now. And that's also Counselor Ainsley securing that hub and TCAC. I have wrote a book and hoping that will be held in August, iteration on that. We're also already now working on consultation. It's called Empowered to Change. So basically, it's taking the work that we've done into different communities globally and interacting with them, because you find people living in Warrenell. People look at you and they think like, well, you're in Warrenell, so you can't do anything, and the stigma of what it is. So causing people to believe in themselves and believing in who they are. We met with model. She does global things also in the community, and she wants to come on board to work with us and getting this not just in Toronto, not just in Scarborough, but moving it also to the USA. So we're looking forward to empowering communities to make the change, just like we have done that in Warrenell. This is my passion, so it's easy to do this because it's what you think, what you believe, what you feel. So it's good to go out and to make a change in different communities.
Thank you. If I could meet with supervisors, staff sergeants, and I sit down with them annually and we talk about their work performance. And I had a sergeant who is working here now, who was a sergeant here in our division, and he recently came back. And we were just chatting about the changes in the division, and he mentioned Warrenell. And he said, what has happened in Warrenell? We used to spend, when I was here before, so much of our time up there we were always responding to calls of service up in Warrenell. and I mentioned you and the work that you're doing, and it is a credit to you, Andy, frankly, as well, and to others that are working hard, including Councillor Ainsley, to make a difference in that community. But it has made a difference for us in that community, because it used to be a area where we would spend a lot of time, and now not so much. And so a credit to the difference that a community member who cares to their community can make. So thank you for that, and well done.
Anybody have any questions for me? Thank you very much.
Community activities and concerns. Anybody come up, bring up anything that they're concerned about, including our new young man, if you want to know something, ask us.
I mean, it's just, I'm excited to be here. You know, a big part of coming here and help. So there's areas that specifically residents can help with. I'm happy to hear.
Excellent, excellent. Just, you keep coming, we will tag you with lots of work, so we appreciate young blood coming in. This particular portion of our meeting is for anybody in the community. If you're representing a community in particular, or if you're just representing yourself, it's for you to give us information or to ask us a question. Typically, we get concerns raised about speeding, about parking, about drug use in your neighborhoods. So this is your opportunity to raise a concern. You notice something in your neighborhood that maybe you haven't picked up the phone to call us on, you haven't talked to Todd Flanders about, raise it in this meeting. We will next meeting and report to you what we've done and any changes that we've seen. Most of you that are familiar with the meeting are aware. So this is your opportunity. So speak now or forever hold your peace, or at least until next month. Is there any concerns that you have noticed in your community that you'd like us to address?
Is there a drug problem or drug something or other going on in the Pavement and McCollum Road down area that any of you might be aware of?
When you say, what do you mean?
Well, a suspicion of one, I should say.
But there's that we watch carefully with respect to drug activity.
Okay,
So we're always working in, that's one of our priority neighborhoods.
okay,
So we're always working in that area. We're looking to address any of the activities that would be related to drugs,
okay.
which would include street robberies, break-in enters into homes, etc. But
Well, this wasn't so much in street robberies, it was something that's going on late at night.
Mhm.
The area where I live, the corners there are very dark,
Mhm.
and I heard what seemed to be like a lot of traffic coming and going. Black vehicle, somebody in there was handing something out to somebody, and then they disappeared. But I couldn't see anything to identify the vehicle. Either one of the neighbors on either side of this activity did not see that the vehicle was parked there.
Yeah.
Only because of where my house is situated, I could see it.
Right.
But I didn't know what to do with it because I explained to them.
That's a great question. What in that situation, Cecilia, what we should be doing is contacting Todd, and Todd's not here. We know who Todd's boss is. He sits at the end of the table. Just give us that information, and we will start looking into that. That's the sort of goal that we're looking for. Because if you're there and you're not sure, and we're here, we'll never know unless somebody tells us. So I'll make a note of that, and we will look at that and report back next meeting as to if we've found anything or not. I mean, it may be nothing. It may be that there's some drug dealing going on in that area, and we will let you know.
And I know I had,
Makes attention. Great. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. How about enforcing speed bumps towards, areas that have daycare?
So,
More. Airport, a daycare that's located there, and I realize that there's always cars that are blazing through there.
right,
I'm thinking that there's houses or apartments in that area,
Right.
and that one specific daycare that's located there, but the people are not really considerate in terms of to the children that may possibly be running across the street if the case of that because of this daycare. So they kind of blaze through there. So I was thinking about, how about placing like, speed bumps within there?
well, you've got a counselor here who knows much more about that than I do. Unfortunately, speed bumps, and counselor, feel free to talk over me here, but
No problem.
speed need to install because what the city demands is that there's a percentage in the neighborhood have to sign up to agree to it. I think it's around 75%.
Yeah.
So it's around that. So you would have to get 75% of everybody that lives in that street or that area to agree to it. And to get to that, it's very, very difficult.
Okay.
So it's not the city. Like, the city does not exercise its authority to just go in and put speed bumps wherever they want the community decision-making process. And they have deemed 75% to be that sort of threshold before they will install it. So, and I think it's very thoughtful of the city to do it that way.
Well, does that person have to be residing in that area?
Canvass the people that live in the area.
And then an individual, say for instance, form the petition or create
Yep.
a petition, so, and get those signatures.
Yep. Yeah, that would be the way to go, but it's not a police decision, but, and then hopefully it calms the traffic down. There are more ways to do it, but that's one of the initiative, not traffic police. But a good question, thank you.
Any more concerns? Yes. The police reports.
I think we basically covered that one,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think so.
So Paul and Julie?
Sure. Okay, so I'll just speak for about 5 minutes and it won't be too painful. I hope.
It's never only 5 minutes.
That's true, and it's always been painful, so you know. Nice happy New Year to everyone here, and nice to see new friends and old, and that'll be the New Year of the year right there, so it's done. We've spoken a few times, I know Marilyn has as well, about high pressure sales. They're not necessarily illegal things, but they're in that gray area, pushing and unethical, but not necessarily fraudulent. And when we had spoken before, we had talked about water heater sales. So today what we wanted to speak about was the mandatory downspout connection. Not what downspout connection. Yeah, and for those that are in Scarborough, probably been affected. December 3rd, 2016, we're now supposed to be you get a chance at an increase of basement flow. We're good so far, so far. So there's directions. A simple thing on disconnecting this downspout here. Instead of going down and just going out of the lawn. So the city has kindly, do you have a different in color, so it's going to be every other one, so we don't break the entire budget. We don't mind one or two up front here. This was kindly from Thurston to Councilor sent these over, so that was her photography, so thank you very much for that. The city kindly sent this flyer around, and you'll see on it, it's a warning that you could be suffer enforcement consequences if you don't comply with this. And there's a site on the, a link on the bottom. Has a number of tips. You'll see that the bylaws are mentioned, and you'll go to this site, and they will give you advice and direction on how to fix that. The problem is that's not the city of Toronto. That's a private company that's done that. But it looks very official, doesn't it? But if what you're going to get is a private company in your house, and you're going to send heat drops and expensive repairs. So what was mentioned, there was 75,000 homes are affected outside of the core. At an easy $200, that's $15 million worth of money in a pot that we could fool around with. And one can imagine, I'm sure, how quickly you can estimate over $200 in those repairs. There's a lot of money at stake. As I said before, not necessarily illegal, but I think we could argue no emblem on there. It looks like a warning label. So knowing about those things are very useful, but I just want to make you aware of one other thing here, if you don't mind, Julie. And that's the Ministry of Government and Consumer Services. And some would know about that, but others wouldn't. And that is absolutely fantastic. Most of those investigators that are there that are retired police officers have experience with investigating fraud. And it's a provincial statute. And instead of getting someone on probation, they charge them money offenses, up to $250,000 for a business. And I believe $50,000 might be $25 for an individual. And they have a very high rate of conviction because it's the balance of probabilities, it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. So they are an absolutely great place to go, and I can tell you that flyer is actually currently being investigated there. But the reason I want to make you aware, I don't know if you get the hearing decisions or not, it's not a problem. There's a hearing decisions on there. And if you're concerned about something about a kitchen, a driveway being paved, all sorts of things, go on there and go to the hearing decisions, and they're all on there. And it's incredible in what detail, and the people are named. So there's someone, it's all public, the Paula paving is on there. He's got 5 convictions about going and collecting money, and then either not showing up or doing shoddy work. Do you think you'd like to know about the Paula paving before going and having that done? Another gentleman, $10,000 deposits from a number of seniors and not on the payment. Would it be worth it going on there and argue that it would? Okay? So just want to kind of bring that a little kind of further in your mind. We've talked about we can have a concrete example before. And just want to greatly encourage, in addition to us, going there and doing your due diligence. If you have any concern, you can search it by gym companies, pharmacies, carpet, driveway, anything you could possibly imagine are on there with the hearing decisions. So if you don't see them on there, you're probably much further ahead on things. Anyone going there and nose around is amazing. You might find your name. So, thank you.
At the end of our first part of the working meeting.
Okay, so we'll take, we'll reconvene at 3 o'clock. Just give it time for those who want to leave. Say your goodbyes to folks. We'll reconvene for the committee part of the meeting at 3 o'clock. Thank you for attending. Good to see you all. Hope you come back next time. Thank you.